Introducing Amy Rose from North Virginia, near Washington, D.C. in the States. And Amy, we are really honored to have you today. I think you hold one of the unique positions as being one of maybe the youngest or one of the youngest American pilots.
Yeah.
So that is quite amazing.
Thank you.
Can I just ask, what made you interested in aviation?
I decided in high school to be a pilot when I was thinking about careers. I've traveled a lot, mostly to Israel to see my family, so I figured, pilots are real people too. The more I learned about the job, the more exciting it got, and I just decided to go for it.
And you had the support of your family, your parents?
Yeah.
Now, you were mentioning a bit earlier that I think the percentage is only 5% of all pilots in the States are female.
Yeah, only 5%.
So that's really low.
Yeah, but the numbers are growing, so that's really good. Gotta encourage more women in aviation.
And can you just tell our listeners out there, because I'm sure everyone's really fascinated, what was the process? How long did it take you to get your pilot's license? How difficult was it?
I think it was more emotionally difficult than it was academically. It took for me about 7 months, so not too bad considering I'm a full-time student. I've got a couple jobs.
You got your license within 7 months?
Yeah.
And you have an international aviation license as well?
Yeah.
Wow, but you must have done a lot of training before, a lot of courses before that as well?
In school, most of my coursework is supplementary or complementary to my aviation studies, so it's helped out quite a lot. And just went, almost once a week to the airport, flew around with my instructor, and everything just progressed within several months.
And when you learned how to fly and you had to do a solo, I'm sure you had your instructor next to you. Were you very nervous the very first time you did it?
Not at all, surprisingly. It was very surprising. I think my flight school was very good about that. I knew that they wouldn't send me to solo until I was completely ready that I could do it with my eyes closed. We have a tradition for when you solo, you do a couple laps around the traffic pattern with your instructor, and then my instructor just hopped out and I did a few by myself, and then I picked him back up from the terminal.
And did you have to do any simulation flights before, or it was the real thing? You went up and...
Yeah.
So you were like put into the deep end from day one?
Yeah. It was great. And, there's the deep end for most pilots, and then there's the deep end for pilots from Washington, D.C. The airspace is crazy complex, always talking to air traffic control, always on the radios, always having to, stay ahead of the aircraft, which is what we say. Gotta look at your maps, make sure you're not going into any restricted or prohibited airspace. It's a lot to keep track of, but it's so worth it.
So I can see, and it comes across so evidently, you are extremely passionate about aviation, about flying, about anything to do with aeroplanes. What are you studying?
I'm studying geospatial intelligence and aviation systems engineering at George Mason University.
Oh, so you can... Is there anyone in your family that also went into this field, or did you...
Not exactly. Yeah, I think I stand out a little bit in my studies of engineering and whatnot. My mom actually was teaching navigation in the Israeli Air Force for a couple years, so that's pretty close,
Yeah.
I've got some cousins that are in the Israeli Air Force as well, paratrooper, commander.
And it's actually extremely difficult to be in the Israeli Air Force. They take the cream of the cream. It's extremely difficult to qualify.
From my knowledge, I'm the only one who's actually been flying the planes.
Wow. And in your college, we call it university, but your college studies, what is the percentage female to male doing the courses?
In my courses?
Yeah.
Oh, there's definitely male dominance in those fields.
And you've never felt any discrimination being a female in...
No, not at all.
That's wonderful.
If anything, it's always the opposite. The result or the comments.
They must admire you.
Yeah.
And you're pretty young. Are you one of the youngest who's obtained a pilot's license?
I don't know. The national requirement is you have to be 17. I'm 19, so I'm not the youngest, but I'm definitely on the younger end.
And is your ambition to fly larger planes, or?
The bigger, the better.
That is just so wonderful to see the passion that you have. And how long is your course that you're going to be studying?
I'm going to graduate in about 2 years. So not really looking forward to graduation. I love college, but I mean I'll be flying all the time. I'm currently training for what's called an instrument rating. I expect to have that within the year, and then after that I'll train to become a commercial pilot, then an airline pilot. Just keep on going. Multi-engine pilot, complex, like lots of different types of flying careers that you can do with different licenses and ratings. So that the options are endless.
Wonderful. And at the moment, not only are you in college, not only did you get your pilot's license, but you also work for a museum, aviation museum.
Yeah, I work for the Smithsonian Institution's National Air and Space Museum.
That is really pretty cool. It's really amazing.
I love it. I don't feel like I'm working there. Just being around all the planes and the spacecraft and all these amazing people. And just getting to teach the general public, not even the general public, just people from all over the world.
Smithsonian is the world, it's world class. It's one of the top in the world. Wow, so that really is pretty cool. And do you have any advice for any budding youngster who wants to go into this field, who wants to become a pilot? What advice would you give?
I'd say just do it, man. It's terrifying, you know? At first it sounds amazing just, you know, being a pilot. Everyone's so impressed, you know? When you say that you're a pilot, no one ever just says, okay, cool. No, it's always like, wow, you're a pilot, you know? So go for it. And it's like, you know, training is going to be really hard, I'm not going to lie. It gets difficult. You know, you have to earn 1,500 hours minimum to become considered a professional pilot. It's a lot of dedication. You have to study a lot, you have to fly a lot, you have to pay a lot. But it is so worth it. I would say just stick to it. Once you start, don't stop. Keep on going.
That is really wonderful.
Yeah. So many resources. There are no excuses. You know, YouTube videos sort of like this. There are lots of books, lots of podcasts.
Amy, would you like to go into space someday?
Sure. If NASA needs me, I'm down.
Yes, you.
That's wonderful.
So if you're watching NASA, Amy Rose.
Well, Amy, well, we wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
It's so encouraging to see somebody who's so passionate, and we just wish you safe flying. To keep your feet on the ground, but reach for the stars. But it really is, it's so wonderful to meet somebody, such a youngster who's so passionate what they do, and we just really, the sky's the limit in your future career and what you do.
Home.
And it's really wonderful. And then one day I'd love to be on a plane where you'll be the pilot.
Let's do it.
It will be amazing. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.